Sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm. 855 Mike wins. Jason Carr Live starts now.
Attic John.
Thank you.
Hey, Jacob.
How's it going?
Didn't you wear that hat yesterday?
I did.
Isn't it the off season?
Yep. Still gotta support the team.
Let it be known that Jacob is wearing a Lions hat. How is everybody out there in TV land, in the D, and beyond? I understand that, from time to time, people check in from points as far away as Scotland and
We had the one from Kenya.
the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Better straighten my tie, look presentable. Details about the proposal for a skyscraper on the former Hudson site announced Wednesday afternoon in a flurry of Rod Maloney tweets that I took the liberty of retweeting and sharing and liking. Rod Maloney was a Twitter storm impresario yesterday. He was like, if you didn't get enough of this in the first 5 tweets, I'm going to hit you with 3 or 4 more. Did you notice that I was sharing and liking your tweets?
I get notifications when you tweet, so that's why we were able to break the story.
We're talking to Rod Maloney
I saw
over
that you
there.
had posted it, and I saw tallest building in Detroit. This is worthy of a push alert.
That's right. Do we have the images?
Yeah, these are. This is what it's supposed to be looking like.
You
That's
know what?
the interior.
The thing that bothers me is they never showed you in relation to the Rensen and the rest of the skyline what it would look like. I never saw an image.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it's going to be on the old Hudson site, so it'll sit back away from the riverfront. So it'll
be like
actually
behind
fill
the
that
Allied
gap I
building,
was
right?
talking about yesterday. That's kind of in the middle there that needs some addressing. But yeah, look at that. Pretty spiffy stuff.
the only downside is that Woodward. We've had all this construction on Woodward for so long, and it's almost over.
And now,
And now we're gonna have more, but that's okay. It's not it's not a bad thing, but still.
yes, that has been an odd property vacant for so long with those weird steel beams coming out of the. The building is estimated to include 250 residential units and nearly 750,000 square feet of commercial, office, technology, arts, and culture space. Done.
Neat.
Tiger drone. A tiger in northeast China knocked a drone out of the sky, and it was not. What's the Jungle Beast tiger or Jungle Book tiger again? What's his name?
Shah Khan. That's the,
No. Zamfir, master of the pan flute. No, I'm kidding.
No. Okay. But yeah, this is kind of interesting.
Tiger takes down a drone. When?
Right there.
Right there. You do not
take that
mess
down for a
with
second.
tigers,
No.
especially Detroit tigers.
And they
Look
get 'em.
at that. Right there. That just happened.
See, and then it starts smoking, and they all back off. That's enough.
Well, that's what happens when you bite into a lithium-ion battery and start gnawing on it. They're like, "Oh, we've had enough of that."
This from the drone?
Yeah, this is actually the drone footage. I didn't catch the middle of it.
Oh,
so I don't know if we
this
show
is the
them
footage
getting taken
before they
down.
catch the drone?
Yeah. But I guess they use these drones to keep the tigers active and moving around and get them some exercise, something to chase after. So
Look at them go.
yeah.
Too bad the Tigers didn't look like that in 06 in the World Series. Damn Cardinals. Panda Watch is a live animal. It will literally rip your face off. Out of China, Panda Watch Day 5. Video of a baby panda clinging on its keeper has reached over 60 million views in less than a day. The panda, who lives in China's Chengdu research base, just couldn't keep away from its
No, he's
keepers.
I don't know what it is about baby pandas that
Panda
why they
Watch.
do this. Yeah, but 60 million views in one day. It's just incredible.
Including us.
Yeah, including us.
It really goes out of its way
To find him and attach himself to that leg.
You know what we need is the Benny Hill music. Okay, stand by for news. Drones should have squirt guns. Cats hate water, says John.
Yeah. Let the drone fight back a little, huh?
Huh?
Let the drone could fight back and make it a
Sure.
little more of a even fight there.
Do you have the drone or the Panda video queued back up again?
Yeah, we can put it back up. Oh, you're gonna get the music? Yes.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Kill our music. All right. That was a photo illustration of what happens when Rod Maloney goes after a story on Twitter. He dogged pursuit of those images of the. Was it impressive in person? The watercolors and the architect. Oh, right, like a projection screen kind of thing, and yeah. Okay. Well, there's video of this, which could be interesting. Topless in Colorado. Let's skip ahead to that.
Oh, there's no video of that.
I was told there was video of the topless story in Colorado.
You know how awkward it was to try and search for images here at work?
A federal judge in Denver blocked a Fort Collins ban on female toplessness. U.S. District Judge Brooke Jackson said the ordinance, which mandates women will not knowingly expose their breasts in public, is rooted in discrimination against women. Quote, it perpetuates a stereotype ingrained in our society that female breasts are primarily objects of sexual desire, whereas male breasts are not, wrote the judge. City attorneys argue that the law maintains public order and protects kids. The assistant chief of the Fort Collins Police Services said that topless women could cause distracted driving and traffic issues. Issues,
yes.
Issues, as Rush Limbaugh likes to say. Issues. What do you think?
What do you think? I'm curious more of what our viewers think about
I know.
this.
I'm looking at the comments here. I mean, people aren't too riled up about it. Should, there's that campaign, Free the Nipple. Should women be walking around bare-breasted? I mean, it happens on the beach in Miami. It happens on the beach in foreign countries.
And beaches might be a certain place where that could be allowed. I think the way you dress is a show of respect for the people around you and how serious you take an event.
Well, then that guy that I saw in South Beach wearing nothing but a sock over his doesn't give a damn about anybody but himself, because he was walking down the beach quite literally with just a sock over his, not his head.
And again, that's the beach.
Or
Maybe
his feet.
The beach has got a little bit of a gray area, but if you invited me to play basketball and I showed up in jeans and hiking boots, it just wouldn't make sense. If I were to invite you to dinner and you came in basketball shorts, you're not taking it seriously. So that's how I kind of view how you.
By the way,
dress.
the guy wearing the sock looked like a catcher's mitt that Carlton Fisk might have used back in 1975. He was like a walking sack of leather, and he's walking around with nothing on but a sock, Jacob. It was a horrifying sight. Cover the children's eyes, hide your women folk. He's just strutting Miami Beach wearing nothing but a sock. It was horrible.
Now, Tammy says it's legal in Canada, and John Daniel Charlton says that some people pay money to see them. So, I don't know.
Okay, Monster Energy Girls, sort of an unrelated but sort of same kind of spirit. After years with Sprint as the sponsor of NASCAR's primary racing series, Monster Energy is taking over and getting edgier. They're called the Monster Energy Girls, and they made their debut in Daytona over the weekend. The girls were not well received by some pearl-clutching, prudish NASCAR fans who voiced their complaints on Twitter. Many pointed out that they look like they're ready for church compared to some of the ladies who have been in the pits in the past or in the infield.
You look at these girls from back then, and it's just as bad, just as skimpy clothing. But
well, I mean, aside from the fact that they're wearing sort of like a leather corset kind of thing, like a Monster High, I always said that those Monster High dolls for girls, I swore when my daughter was born that she would not be playing with any dolls that look like zombie slut hookers. But those are dolls, with the brat's eyes and the giant heads and sort of the fetish costumes. Is there a problem with this? Do we not see this at the Super Bowl halftime show?
You go to Colorado, you can see less.
Fort Collins. The only thing missing here, go back to the image, please.
Yeah.
The only thing missing here is Left Shark from the Katy Perry Super Bowl. I mean, really? NASCAR we're talking about here, not exactly.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't tennis.
Well, now you've stepped in it. As if tennis has some sort of moral superiority to NASCAR. All right. The Yaki Burger, unfortunately named in Japan, known for its amazing marketing promotions, they released a new item called the Shoga Yaki Burger, which takes its inspiration from Shoga Yaki, or Yaki, a popular fried pork and ginger dish that probably Quentin Tarantino knows all about. Alongside the burger, McDonald's made a 5-minute movie that could be viewed at theaters for free. The film is set in space where a new planet made entirely of the Yaki Burger is explored. The theater sprayed water at theater goers to signify the juicy patty, and people there were able to smell salt. Smell salt?
Yeah, they had like smells and all sorts of things.
Smellorama. It's supposed to be like a Captain Kirk Star Trek kind of thing.
Now, this is just the trailer. The whole movie is available online. But yeah, you went to the theater. It was a free ticket to go see it. There were certain times, and then after you left, you got a free voucher to be able to go get one of these burgers. It's fascinating. I don't know that it would work in the U.S., but in Japan, they do these giant advertising campaigns. And
well, they're crazy about burgers over there. I mean,
Yeah.
You think I'm nuts that I'm like the cheeseburger mayor, the mayor of Mayor McCheese? They take it to a whole completely different level. I found this story this morning. I am so excited because a Japanese concept in dining, popular over there, is making its New York debut today.
yes, standing steakhouse.
Chop house, no chairs. Standing steakhouse, whatever you want to call it. It is called, I had the name, what happened to it? It's not in here. Ikinari. Ikinari Steakhouse in New York City. The idea being that you would come into the establishment and at a table like this, which is a tall table, you would just come in, eat your steak, and leave. Seating only for 10. Everybody else has to stand, and it's like fast food steak. Where do I sign up?
So here's some of the tables. We got a couple of pictures here of what you'd be into. But I don't know if I'm going to have a steak. I'm not going to rush through it. I want to sit. I want to digest it. And plus steak, you're moving around. You got a knife and fork. I don't know.
Listen, I'm all for it. If they bring that here, I mean, no Shake Shack is opening today, and
That's today or tomorrow?
It's today. Today's Thursday.
All right. So are we eating later?
We're heading over after Live in the D. You want to join us?
I might just cut out of here for a minute. That sounds pretty good.
Marky Mark was in town yesterday
Yeah.
at Wahlburger. Coincidence? I think not. I think I'll just go to Michigan and play golf and go to my restaurant one day before Shake Shack opens.
Yeah. Right.
I'm kidding, mostly.
Now we skipped one from earlier. I've got this video of a dog making a transaction.
Oh boy.
Yeah, here we go. Take a look at this. This is incredible. He hands over the dog treats that he's looking to get. And then he asks for money. Yep. Pays for it. Yeah, I don't know how he learned all that. Amazing.
I'm not even mad. It's amazing. Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. You ate the whole wheel of cheese?
Not even mad.
And you pooped in the refrigerator? I'm not even mad. Baxter. Let's go on to Powerball. You didn't win.
Nope.
Neither did I. John didn't win. Jacob didn't win. Rod Maloney, for all of his business acumen, he did not win the Powerball. He probably doesn't even play. Oh boy.
No, I agree. Why
The
would
quote from over here was, "Why would you play?" Rod said that the odds of hitting Powerball are the same as if you just picked up your phone and started hitting random numbers and it accidentally called your friend in New York City directly. Okay. I like the whole lightning strike thing better, but the winning numbers were 10, 13, 28, 52, 61, and the Powerball 2. One ticket sold in Wander, Indiana, Wander, Indiana, Wander, Indiana.
in Indiana. So maybe a Michigander drove down there and picked it up. Doubtful. There's probably better odds of that than hitting the Powerball.
Were the Andrews sisters from Indiana? Why did they have that? Wander, Indiana, Wander, Indiana, Wander,
Let's take a look.
That was their that was their Pure Michigan campaign like 35 years ago. Just type in Wander, Indiana, and you should be able to get it. We've got time.
Yeah, we do have time.
We'll just hang out. Heck, it's 9:32. Is this something you can actually bring up live on YouTube, like in real time?
Let's take a look.
Oh, the suspense is killing me. While they're doing that, just concentrate on. You can't find it? No. All right. A new study from the University of Aberdeen in the UK says people are usually inefficient when looking for lost items. Denise Butash or Tori Hobbs or Victoria or Robert or Tammy or John, any one of you probably have been wasting your time looking for lost items in organized areas which you have already searched multiple times. You know the keys aren't there. You keep going back to look. You're just wasting your time.
I mean, the first place I check is the fridge. So
Almost any time you lose something, it's probably hiding in a messy area, hence John's fridge. A researcher said people waste a great deal of time looking in locations they know the thing isn't in. If you're looking for your keys, you should look around clutter, under coats. What's going on back here?
I don't know. Let's find out. What's happening, guys? Oh, all right.
Oh, the cable guy's here. Oh, we're live on the web right now. You're good. Imagine that, the cable guy's coming to a TV station.
And now we got.
Here
Here
it's
comes
the
Carr.
934 barrel, the Custodial Express.
You missed it when you were gone. There was one day they were literally raking leaves right here during the
They were raking the leaves during the show. This is what it's come to for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tigers spring training. The Tigers play Florida Southern College in their first spring training game today. Nearly all the familiar faces will be on the field. Ian Kinsler, Miguel Cabrera, J.D. Martinez. J.D. Martinez doing a certain broadcaster that is known for his enunciation. We pulled a clip from when Al Ackerman was at spring training back in 1980. Let's take a listen. Oh, the countdown. Love it. That's how I learned.
For 15 years I have stood in this spot, just about here, and welcomed the Detroit Tiger Baseball Club for spring training. And with the exception of 1968 and 1972, they've always lived up to my dire prospects of a 4th or 5th place finish. But this year I do have some optimism, and it's based on the fact that the first full year, a man by the name of George Sparky Anderson will be leading the Tigers.
Ah.
Yeah.
Can we see it again, just for
Why not?
just for funsies? Good old Al Ackerman, rest in peace.
For 15 years, I have stood in this spot just about here and welcomed the Detroit Tiger Baseball Club for spring training. And with the exception of 1968 and 1972, they've always lived up to my dire prospects of a 4th or 5th place finish. But this year I do have some optimism, and it's based on the fact that the first full year, a man by the name of George Sparky Anderson will be leading the Tigers.
Oh, well, he didn't pull punches. He told it like it was. Did you really listen to what he said there? Yeah. He's like, I always predict that they're going to finish in 4th or 5th place, and they usually do. Until this year, they have Sparky Anderson.
Yeah.
And they would get progressively better, and by 84 be champions. How about that? Love seeing Al Ackerman from back in the day. Oh, the good old days when George Kell and Al Kaline were on Local 4 on WDIV doing Tigers baseball, about 20, 25 local broadcasts a year, I think. Mm-hmm. George Kell, the temperature at game time. Kaufman Stadium. Little known fact, nobody cares, but I always preferred George Kell calling a Tigers game to Ernie Harwell. I had nothing against Ernie Harwell. And I realized one was on the radio and one was on TV. But as an aspiring broadcaster myself, I gravitated toward George Kell. I just really liked his style, and he and Al Kaline worked together well. And I realize it predates you guys, but
yeah, a little bit. I don't remember that, but I do have a good picture of Tiger Stadium that's signed by Ernie Harwell.
And now for the play-by-play, here's my friend and broadcast partner, Ernie Harwell.
Thank you, Paul Carey. Jack Morris on the mound. He kicks and deals.
Oh, that's great.
Good old Tigers baseball broadcasters. It's almost that time of year, and we'll be back out for March Madness opening day. Can we go back to the Panda Watch?
Yeah. First, let's see the graphic, because I love the graphic. Panda Watch.
It's a wild animal. He will literally rip your face off. Let's. Do we have the?
Yep. You ready?
Hang on. I gotta find it all over again. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
What does that say? iPanda?
iPanda. Yep.
All right. Thanks, Boots Randolph, for your yakety sax there. Otherwise known as the Benny Hill music. Anybody remember staying up late to watch Benny Hill on Channel 50? Also something that predates you.
I've
It was
never
a
really
thing.
actually watched much of it.
Well, you know, if you're a healthy, young man of a certain age, and girls, get to see some girls and see Benny Hill make you laugh, and then there were the girls, Hill's Angels as they were called. And,
Okay.
you know, it being like 1979, 1980, Aaron Spelling had coined Jiggle TV on ABC, and it kind of spilled over into other areas, and so there was not a lot left to the imagination for a boy of a certain age.
Uh-huh.
You're looking at me like I'm completely speaking Chinese.
Yeah, a little bit.
Benny Hill was a comedian.
yeah.
Okay, and then he did sketches and little limericks and songs and stuff. But in between the comedy bits, there would be musical numbers where the Hills Angels, buxom young ladies, would...
Okay.
They were what?
The Monster Energy girls. Similar
Yes,
to
but
that,
wearing
okay.
less.
Okay.
Less to the imagination. And they would dance and gyrate like Dance Fever, or not Dance Fever, or what, Solid Gold, that kind of thing. And then
Okay.
there would be another comedy sketch, and then there would be...
Yeah.
It was quality entertainment television from, the BBC or Thames Broadcasting.
I'll have to take a look. I'm sure the episodes are archived somewhere.
Anybody of a certain age growing up in Detroit knows of what I speak as much as Sir Graves Ghastly, Creature Feature, Rita Bell, Soupy Sales, the 4 o'clock movie. I could go on and on and on and on. But it's nice to say, gosh, how could I forget Count Scary? Scaring of the Pence. Yeah, it is too bad, Victoria. He had a sad end to his life. Winston says, can't wait for Jason to review Shake Shack burgers. I think that we should send Jacob over to stand in line.
Shake Shack?
You should take your phone over and do something on the press conference and ask ridiculous questions, and then we'll show it tomorrow on here.
So I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
your
be-
video could be. At the very least, I mean, you're not, after this ends, you're not doing anything else, right?
I got to write for the noon.
Oh.
I'm a busy man, Jason. I'm needed everywhere. I'm very important. I promise you.
Eric, Bill Kennedy at the movies? Indeed. Trading on his minor celebrity as a bit player in Hollywood movies once upon a time. Bill Kennedy was a movie host and he used to sit in a studio and host, Maltese Falcon or, something like that. And tell old Hollywood war stories.
Okay.
And then sort of forgotten stars of the 1930s or 40s would come on at the show and he'd
They just
interview
kinda
them.
discuss
And,
it and- yeah.
yeah. Gosh, there's so many good memories. Sergeant Sacco, yeah. Soupy Sales, you know who he was, right?
Mm-hmm. That sounds familiar.
White Fang and Blacktooth. Wasn't it Soupy that once commanded kids to go into your mother's purse and get out $1 and send it to your old pal Soupy?
Is that really?
Yeah.
He didn't get any trouble for that?
I think it was Soupy. He said, send me all your money. You get your money out of your mom's purse, get her money, and send it to me.
Hey, so take a look at this.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
John, what are you doing after this? Can you go to Shake Shack?
No, I got to write for the web.
We're busy men. We're very important.
Yeah.
You have
I don't
many
know.
fine leather-bound books.
Rich mahogany.
It opens at 11 a.m., and I'm curious as to which you prefer, Jason, Five Guys, Shake Shack, or Wahlburgers. Winston, the thing about Five Guys is it's a quality burger, but it's really dense. You have to be in the mood for a Five Guys burger because the burger is dense. It's like a hockey puck, and then you have the fries on top of it, which they give you a bag of fries like that big. You have to be in the mood for Five Guys, which is to say, hungry enough for it. I have not had Wahlburger yet.
I haven't either. No.
Does anybody? Anybody have Wahlburger? No, nobody in the web team. Probably not Rod. He's not even listening. He's got his headsets on. Chuck's on the phone. They're in the morning meeting. There's pretty much nobody else to ask if Wahlburger is any good. How about you out there? We still have the Tigers spring training banner up, or am I just behind on my phone here? I must be behind.
I must be behind, yeah. No.
Okay. Don't forget, coming up on Live in the D at 10:45. Well, the show starts at 10 in 16 minutes. 1 hour from now, Matt Flynn is here. He's going to talk about the Mac in Brews. M-A-C-in as in and. Mac in Brews. It's an event going on Saturday in Royal Oak. They brought together all these restaurants with mac and cheese and comfort food. They have Guernsey Dairy there with other places that represent sweets. There's savory and there's sweet. You buy a ticket, you go there, and for like 4 hours, depending on whether you're a VIP ticket or a normal ticket, you can just basically knock back beers and eat mac and cheese the whole time.
Sounds awesome.
You'll be there.
When is it? This weekend?
This
Maybe.
Saturday in Royal
Saturday?
Oak between like 6:30 and 11.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's coming on Live in the D, hopefully with macaroni and cheese, even though we're going to Shake Shack.
We're getting fed well today.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. The first Owen Wilson reference since the early days of the
Yeah.
show. So can we see the new building on Hudson's old location one more time? We joked about this. Rod Maloney was all over this on Twitter yesterday. There you see it. Going to be taller than the Rensen.
Yeah. This, the main portion of the building is, I think, only 9 stories or so, right? And then the towers, the rest of it.
but then the tower.
Beer, and we'll be back out for
52 stories total.
That looks really cool. You know what that looks like?
A spaceship?
Well, yeah, it looks like that, but it also looks like the auto show.
Yeah, it
Doesn't
does.
it? Doesn't it have sort of an auto show feel to it? I wonder if that's on purpose.
And I guess there's going to be a market, a grocery store there as well, which is really fantastic. It's going to be close by. I'm going to check out that deli this weekend.
Long before this, when the Hudson's building actually stood on that site, is back when I was talking about all the vintage TV and Bill Kennedy and Rita Bell and all that. Victoria says 9 channels to choose from. Can you imagine growing up with only 9 channels?
But there's probably decent programming on all 9 channels instead of having 100 channels and you can't find anything to watch.
Sometimes
no,
you were
not like
desperate
that.
enough, especially like if you went out to your grandparents' lake house in the Irish Hills. That was a little bit sketchy with the aerial. Stop!
Yeah.
Sometimes certain channels wouldn't come in so good farther out west. So you would have to dial in Toledo or Lansing. Interesting times. Be watching Toledo TV stations.
My best friend down the street grew up whole life, never had cable. And so like when we'd stay up at his house, like when we'd be up till 2, 3 a.m., we'd just be trying so hard to just find something to put on, and like there was rarely anything.
Was he sheltered for like moral or religious reasons,
No,
or?
I think they didn't want to pay for it. I mean, they had like this huge backyard, so we'd like go out and do stuff in their backyard and play and stuff. I mean, we'd stay up late, and I mean, we would watch like SNL on Saturday and stuff, and that was a big deal because
That was a big deal.
yeah, and because I mean, without cable, like you said, there weren't that many channels to choose from. So you know, if you're up late,
Now, we had the antenna up north in the cottage, but it was kind of the deal where like you're not supposed to be watching television anyways. Get outside.
Oh, and stop me before I get into On TV and It TV, which was like closed circuit, like pay-per-view. You had to have a decoder box, and sometimes if you were extra sharp-eyed, you could see more than what you would see on Benny Hill.
Oh, yep.
It happened. I'm not proud of it, but everybody have a great day. We'll see you live in the D at the top of the hour.
Stay classy, Detroit. Jason Carr Live was sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm, 855 Mike Wins.